Hey my fellow diamond friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet, and I also go by the name of Kali, and I'm really happy that you found your way to today's WIP and Sip and Chat. So if you're new to my channel or new to diamond painting in general or any crafts, a WIP and Chat is actually when I work on a project like this one. This is the Astronomer from Diamond Art Club. Let me show it to you guys pretty swiftly. So this is the painting that I'm working on. It's called The Astronomer by Miles Pinky, and it was released by Diamond Art Club. It's a square one, 105 centimeters to 70 centimeters, and I work on my WIP and Sip section on this canvas. It's been a while, so I started this I think in November or December, and so it's been over like 2 months that I'm working on it, nearly 3 months actually. So I want to finish this one, and if you can see, let me zoom out a little bit for you guys. So I'm at the end, so I've done everything, and I can't zoom out more, but this is everything that I still have to do, like this section, and I will be done. So with this, actually, I'm working on a project, and I ask you to get out whatever work you are working on, or do any chores you want to do, or whatever you want to do while you're listening to me chatting around. So this is the WIP. We have also the chatting part. So I told you guys, it's just me chatting, talking about my daily life, what's going on in my household, and so on. And we have the last part, and this is my part, like this is the sipping part. So sip means get something to drink, stay hydrated, and join me while I work on my progress and on my project, and you work alongside me. So everything is ready to get started. So I told you guys what this project is called. Again, quick reminder, it's The Astronomer by Miles Pinky. I will try to be a little bit more organized this time in my WIP and Sip and Chat. I know last time was a little bit more of a I go here, I go there with my thoughts, but I will try to be like a little bit more, not as much all over the place. So what else might be interesting for you? So I'm using actually this one. Here's a trashy one, even though I have like the small one from Diamond.Kalikaloo. I used the big one. I don't know how it started. Actually, I was working with this one on this canvas, and then somehow I got distracted and I put like the diamonds in that I drop or that are not like that great, the trashies. And this has become my kind of trash or storeway boat. So it's from Diamond.Kalikaloo. If you're curious, and I got it like with this special color, I got it in my 12 days of advance. So I love it. It's really, really beautiful. I also use like this pen that comes from Amazon. It actually came with all of these steel tips here. There are different ones, but I use this one. So I will link it down below so you get the information. If you hear any noise, that's just Edgar playing around with his toy. And I'm using like this putty here that I made myself. And this one is, which one is it? I think this is the Sea Breeze. Yeah, this is the Sea Breeze. I really like that. So I amuse myself, and I try to do them in different, like I tried different smells, and they turned out pretty great. So maybe I will do a video about that if you're interested in it on my channel eventually. So what we are going to do today is I nearly finished this section. So if you saw my last WIP and Sip and Chat, let me just put this aside, I want to show you this. Actually, last time that I worked on it, I was about here, I guess, like I was working on him. So I've done a whole nother row, and I decided to just like do a big row. Cutting this one, in smaller parts, just to get it finished. And I worked on this like yesterday and the day before. I'm sorry. And there are still a few drills that I need to place in this section here, and then we are going over to this new section over here. There are some ABs I will place down as well, so if you're curious to see them, you can take a look at it. So I'll tell you as usual when I will get to the ABs. So let me zoom in so that you actually can see what I'm doing. I try to get everything in, so if you want to see, I know it's not very, very close up, but that's the best I can do. Let me just get something else to drink before I start, because otherwise I'll start I won't stop coughing. So just a second, I'll be right back. So I'm back and it feels a little bit better. So let's start with this project and the little few drills that I need to place in this section. So what I wanted to tell you is last week I did not do another whip and sip and chat. So I told you guys I try to make one every Sunday, and or at least that it will be out on Sundays. And it's not that I was not it's kind of that I was not as motivated to do it, just because like the same week, if you are on my channel and you've seen it, I did like what I promised you guys to do. So I finally brought out my stash video. And in my stash video, actually, I enjoyed doing it. I did it over like a time span of 2 days. That's why you also have like my clothes changing in it. But yeah, so I did it over 2 days and then I tried to download it. And I told you guys that on my phone, I don't have actually that much storage. Free storage. So even though I deleted most of my pictures, most of my photos, they are just like still there's not as much storage left. So what I did is a while ago I bought Cloud, and even though I bought Cloud and everything, since the video was over an hour, nearly an hour 30, it was an hour and 30 minutes actually, it was too big actually for me to download. And I tried a lot of stuff. I tried to download it. I even tried to change a bit, because like every time it told me that I did not have enough space, even though I did have enough space on my phone, but iMovie just did not want to download it. And it was so frustrating, because I finally did that video. I was so happy about how it turned out, and even though it was awkward to see my face on camera because I am not used to that, but I was just so happy that I finally did it, and I wanted to share it with you guys, but in the end it just never wanted to download. So I tried to download it for 3 days, because I told myself, okay, iCloud may be a little bit slow, so since there are a lot of gigabytes, I will have to wait to download it and stuff. But it just would not work no matter what I did, and even though I had enough free space on my phone actually. So I was super disappointed about that. And at one moment I was like, okay, I will just reduce like you can change, like you can decide what quality you want to download your video, if you want it in HD, if you want it in like a 750 or like less. And even though I was like at the 750, it would just not download. It always downloaded, and then at the end, when it took me like 20 minutes to just download, it told me, yeah, there's not enough storage left and so on, even though it was definitely there. So I was like really disappointed about that, and it got frustrating and all. And I kind of did not want, it took me a lot of time to film all of this, and I did not want to download the video at very bad quality, because it was something that took me a lot of time to do, and I did not want to reduce the quality of it. So it was like it took a lot of effort, and if you have to reduce the quality and at the end everything will be pixelated and so on, that's not what I wanted to do. So I had to find another way, and in the end I told myself, okay, I'll try last thing, and if this had not worked, I would actually have to cut the video in 2 parts, which is also pretty annoying, but at least I could like keep the quality of it. So what I did is I actually sent all my different videos and I sent them to my iPad. I downloaded iMovie again because it's my working iPad, so usually I don't tend to do stuff like that on this iPad. And I redid everything, like the whole cutting of the scenes and everything. I had to do that. But then I tried to download it and it finally worked. But it still took me a long time to upload on YouTube. I don't really know why this is, but I was so happy when it was finally up after all these struggles I had. Oh, sorry, I just placed the ABs and I completely forgot to mention it. So here are the ABs. I placed these. yeah. So anyway, it was just like super annoying and frustrating. And at the end, when I finally uploaded it, I think it was on Friday that it went up, or even Saturday. I can't really tell. I can't remember the exact date. But I was so frustrated that I did not really want to struggle with YouTube again, with iMovie. So I decided not to do another whip and sip and chat for that day. Which is kind of okay, because in the end I did not have a lot to tell you either. Just because like, okay, I'm have my free time. If you followed my whip and sip and chats, you might know that I'm having like they say we have a 2 weeks off, but actually I had the first week, I had a lot of like reunions with other teachers where we talk about like the different students individually and their notes at the end of the semester. So this took place the first week. So I had to go to school like every day except on Friday. So my holiday actually started for real on Friday. And ever since that, like my boyfriend, he was sick. So I took care of him. And we did not really go out a lot just because like he was too sick for that. And I also told him, yeah, it's better if you like rest a little bit, so that it won't get worse. So this weekend, I think we did not do as much. We did not go far away or did exciting stuff. But what we did is actually during this first week, my grandpa came over, and this is something I wanted to tell you because I know that a few guys of you are interested in actually how we progress with the work downstairs in my basement, because I told you guys I'm renovating my basement. And so we took a first step of that. If you listen to my last story, you know that there was like some kind of accident. Well, not really an accident, but there was like this cat that was in my basement. So when I went down to do my laundry, it just came at me, running at me, and I was like so surprised that I screamed. And the poor cat, it did not scream back at me, no, not that, but it ran away. So because there's like my window that I always keep open, because when I do laundry I don't want it to get like too moist downstairs in the basement, so I like to keep that little window open. A human would not fit through it, but a cat can fit through it. So when the cat fit through it, I called my grandpa, I told him this fun story, and he was like, okay, I will come and we will put in the window that I bought, because it was like I really wanted already to put the window down. So he said, okay, I'll come and we will do that. And he came, and it was at the beginning of the week, because even though I had to go to school to do the reunions, so this did not take the whole day. So we had enough time to just do that in an afternoon. So he came by in the afternoon. And let me just put this away because I finished my first section with you guys. So this is the section that I had to finish, and I'll be opening up another one. So I'll take just my little scissors and I will try to open them up. I don't even need the scissors for real. So this is the part that we'll be working on. I hope you can see at least most of it. Okay, you should be able to see it. Oops, there's a red drill that I dropped. Okay, it's a big section, I know, but we will try to work on that one. Let me just put everything here. So that's what we'll be working on. I try to make you see everything. Should be fine. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my grandpa, he came by. And we started to work on that, and we had bought the window already, so we just had to put that in. And it took us a lot more time than he actually thought in the beginning, just because there was like a problem with the window. And my grandpa, he is like me, he kind of is a perfectionist in the matter, because like when he was younger, he was working, he did not work in the mines, but he was working for them, and he was working mainly on the steel industry. So he was kind of working with the fire and forming stuff, he could do like a lot of different things, and he's like really good with everything that's manual labor. So he actually built my mom's house from scratch entirely. And he also helped his son to build or to make their house that they bought bigger. So he is really, really well informed in construction, and he wants to have everything perfectly. So when I asked him about it, he was super happy because that's actually something he loves to do. It was not just his job, but he really enjoys working with his hands and stuff. And when he was younger, he did a lot for my mom. Or I remember when I was a kid, whenever there was a problem with a door, with a window, with the bathroom or whatever, he just came by and he fixed it for us. So this is just amazing. So when he came and I asked him about his project I wanted to do, and I told him at first that I did not want him to do it because he's like old now. But I was like, yeah, could you just please give me your opinion on things that I want to do, if this is possible to do, if you have a better idea and so on. I just wanted his opinion. But he was really interested in the project, and he was like, okay, I will do it, I'll help you. And I was like, Grandpa, okay, you can help me, but you let me do it. And you will just guide me, you will tell me what I have to do, and we will do it that way. And he was like, but in the end, he finally decided, okay, he will do it that way, we will do it. So he came by, and he helped me buy the stuff that I needed to buy, and we calculated stuff. And we started working on that window, putting in the window. And the thing is that there is a lot more space on both sides than my window is tall, and that we did know about. It's just that it was the best fit of a window that we could get. So he also bought a little bit, few bricks to put on the side of it, and we put it in there. But the window was like, since it was like, how should I put this? I've not been working for that much time. So he always says, yeah, you should not like buy super expensive stuff. If you can buy a little bit cheaper, he knows the prices, he knows what everything should cost. So he told me, since it's my cellar, my basement, I do not really need to buy like the most expensive window that's there. A normal one would also do the job. So he chose like the window and everything. We tried it before we bought it, we tried it at home and so on. But of course it's not, my window did not cost like $1 million. So of course, like, how should I describe it? It's not like as solid as like maybe another window would be. It's a little bit lighter, and but that's fine, so no problem there. Anyway, so we were working on that. He was drilling a few holes in it because we needed to put it like sideways, just so that it would fit with the bricks and so. And then what is fun, because if you watched my video before, you know that actually to get to that window he will have to stay inside like this, what is it called again? You know, in the early houses, like European houses, there were like these big, like, it's not really it's kind of a let me check the word, just to kind of a washing bin or like a sink, but they did use it like to do the laundry in the earlier days. So it's big, really big, like you could bathe a dog inside of it, a big dog. That's what I actually do with Edgar. But anyway, so these washing bins or sinks, they are still there, they are still in place. So when my house is like over 100 years old, and so I just don't know what I have, but there's something like that scratching like my throat. Anyway, sorry. So this is still there, this washing sink, and so he had to get into it, to climb into it, to be able to get to the window. And the thing is that I told him, Grandpa, you be careful, please, because not that you fall or stuff. You have to really be careful when you get in. And I even got like this little, it's like a little step for children you can buy. I bought it from IKEA, I think, so that he might step on that before he actually gets into the sink. And so this is easier for him to get in and out. And this worked actually pretty fine. But the thing is, it was, like I told you guys, it's like a washing bin or sink, whatever. This means that there's actually like, you can get access from water. And what he did is that he kind of like put the window in and everything was fine. We were nearly done. And then he kind of opens with his leg while he's opening, like putting the window in. He opens like the water, and the water comes splashing out, and he's like super wet and all, and he's like laughing. And I'm like, oh no. And he's like, that's nothing. That's not bad at all. It's okay. It's okay. So nothing really happened. It's just like he was super drained. Everything, his clothes were soaking wet. And so since he's living just next door, he just got home and he changed quickly. But we did not yet put the bricks in because it was cold. Here it's still cold at the moment. And I did not want him to get sick. So I told him, Grandpa, I will make you coffee. And then you can, if you want, you get changed and everything. So he got changed. He came back. We had his coffee. And that was that. So the window is actually in. There's no cats that can come in. But yeah. So I'm pretty happy about that. So the first step is done. And we will move on a little bit later on. So my grandpa at the moment, he's not really sleeping well. He has like his back aches a lot. We are looking to get him a new bed eventually, or mattress or whatever. We have to take a look at that so that he will be sleeping better. But he always is joking around and he said, oh, it's my old back, it's like my old bones and stuff, you can't do much about that. But we will still try to get him, my mom and I will try to get him a new bed or something, so that he can sleep better. Yeah, that's that. So it's the first part of the house work is actually done. The construction thing is done. It's a nice step and I'm happy about that. And he told me that tomorrow he will come because in my room I initially wanted to start working on, and that I finished. I want to do like kind of, it's in my bedroom. I have like a little corner that is not used at the moment, but I put in like a lot of bookshelves and stuff, and I want to hang my afternoon tea diamond painting up on that wall. So I bought, like from IKEA, I bought these wooden frames that you get, and I really want to hang that up. Since it was my first Diamond Art Club painting I bought, I thought this is nice and I really want to hang that on that wall. So he will come by tomorrow just to fix that, to put it in the wall, and that's that. So I'm curious to see how this will turn out as well. So I'll keep you updated on that. So this much for the homework. I hope I was a little bit clear. I'm always struggling with finding some words, if it's like more on the construction terms and so on, because this is not like my domain. That's not a thing that I usually listen people talk about. So the words are not always, I'm not always familiar with all the words. So I hope it was clear enough. That you got the idea of it. I'll put you in a video, like not maybe a video, but at least like a photo of my grandpa standing in the sink with my window, just because it was cute. So I'm going to stop the video just to remind me about that. Okay, so yeah, that's my grandpa. Yeah, and you have seen the sink, so he's got all wet afterwards. So poor one. But yeah, what else did I want to tell you guys about? So what happened this week is that since my boyfriend, he was sick, so we did not do as much. Valentine's Day was actually Tuesday and he had to work, so again, not that special. But in the end, he kind of we saw each other at the evening, and on Wednesday he stayed home with me. He did some work from home, which was nice. We did not eat a lot together, so he had bought me something. He bought me like a super big Stitch. Like, he knows that I really love Stitch, so what I got was a huge Stitch. And we opened it up already the night before, just because like in the morning he had to leave early to get to work, and he was like, I want you to see your present. So he gave it to me at night, and it is a huge Stitch. And the fun thing is that he actually speaks. So it's for kids, okay, I know that, but it's adorable. And I'm still a kid inside, even though I go to work and I have my work and my own place. I still feel sometimes like a kid. So if I enjoy that, I enjoy that, and I'm happy about that as well. So he got this for me. It came in a huge box, and it did not even fit in his post thingy. So his neighbor had to get it for him, and he brought it to me. And I was so happy when I opened the box. It was so big, and when I push down his paw, he actually talks. Like, he says some things like, hey, my name is Stitch, in Stitch's voice, of course. So I was really, really happy. What I got my boyfriend is like, I got him a set of bonsai kits, like how to grow bonsais. He loves plants a lot, and especially bonsai. He has a lot of like terrariums and stuff. So I got him a kit, a starter kit, to grow them for yourself, like you grow your own bonsais and stuff. And he was happy. He told me he was happy to get that. He's happy about everything, I feel like, that I give him, but it was so hard to find a present for him. I feel like it's so easy to find presents for women and stuff, but for boys or men, it's so hard. It's really, really difficult, I feel like, and I struggle with it every time. So I was glad when I found that. I hope that they will actually grow well. It took me a lot of time to find like a bonsai or like a kit that actually where customers were happy about it, because often you get like these kits and in the end like the seed is not that well. So there is like the chance that things will grow is not that high. So I was like really looking for a kit where people were happy with it and where there were not a lot of bad reviews about it. I know that's always complicated on the internet, but I really hope this is going well and that the plants will grow. We started that project when he got it, like the night I got it for him, and we planted the first few seeds. The thing is that there were like 5 types of bonsais that you can grow from the starter kit. The thing is that every bonsai actually has like, the seeds have a different procedure you have to follow. So for instance, we have like one that you had to put first in like soak in water for quite a time. And afterwards you had to put them in the freezer. So they are actually for a few weeks now in the freezer. I put down timer on my phone, just that I remember to take them out afterwards, or that he takes them out, whatever. And that's what we did there. And there are different procedures. So some have just to be soaked in water for a day or 2 and then you can plant them. Others you need to put just in the freezer. Other you have to soak and then put in the freezer. So it's kind of complicated. I thought it's like a beginner kit, but actually I think it's not that much for beginners. So I really hope that they will grow though. Even though in a moment, that's something that we really enjoy doing, both him and I, like everything that's plant related. At the moment, I don't know what I have. Like usually when I go on shopping spree, it's like for different stuff, for clothes stuff, but at the moment it's really, really plants. So I bought a lot of plants over the last few days, and I hope I'm not the only one. But I feel like I'm becoming like a plant mama, so in the sense that I have bought so many plants and I need to take care of them, and it's so fun though. It's really, really fun to work with them, and just to get like when I go to a grocery store. No, it's not really grocery store, but it's more like we have this construction store, and they also have plants and stuff. So I bought them there, and they often have like plants that they sell for less expensive because they are from a nursery, and maybe they are like on sale, but sometimes they're also not looking as well. So I bought an orchid like that, and she's just become stunningly beautiful since I got her, even though they were like, oh, she will probably not get leaves, well, she won't blossom again probably. So I did not care. I just brought her home with me, and she's doing fine. And so I feel like whenever I see a plant that they actually sell or want to throw away stuff, they sell for really, really cheap, for €1, €2 or stuff. I just buy them and I try to save them again. So that's what I actually did. I bought a lot of these plants, and so I just today even I went there because we had like I had to buy like these paper cups for like repotting plants. Not repotting, but actually if you grow them for the bonsais. If you try to grow the seeds out into plants, it's best to put them in these like paper cups. And I did not have enough of them, so I went to buy some more. And when I went there, actually, there were so many beautiful plants that I have to buy a few of them. They were also like in this nursery. And yeah, so I just bought some more plants today, and I'm really happy about that. I feel good. But I forgot what I wanted to tell you, link to that actually. So yeah, I just bought a lot of plants recently, and they are doing quite well. I would love to show you them if you're interested in that. So just before a week ago, still for Valentine's Day, before I got my boyfriend his kit, he also bought himself a new terrarium from this store where we were at, and it's a huge one, and I will show it to you. So just let me take a little pause here, and I will try to show you like the plants that I recently bought and kitted. I'm used to do so much diamond painting that I say kit instead of pot or plant, but yeah, I potted them, so let me show you. So my house is becoming pretty much a greenhouse. So these were one of the succulents that I bought and that I planted. I really wanted to get different kinds of succulents, even though like some resemble each other. Here are some more of these. I think I will keep them inside at the moment, but then I will put them outside. Here's my little dragon as well, ain't he cute? I'll put them outside, and it's so easy to just propagate them and to create new ones with them. This is how it also is going. So this is a fun story as well about my little plants here. So you can see that they are growing. I bought this one from Action. It's really lovely. You can see you put them in like these alchemist glasses, and you have the roots that are growing there. And I bought 3 of them. So this is nice to make them grow, like if you grow them in the water, so that they can get like roots. Here are the bonsais that we actually did plant so far, and also a few of my succulents that I want to propagate. Oops. So they are not like rooting yet, they are like in seeds, and they will come out probably in a few weeks. And that's just like my orange tree. Somehow I bought an orange tree a while ago, and there were like oranges on it. And then I opened, like there were seeds there in the oranges. I planted a few, and this one just came out. So this is like my little orange tree. I hope that will grow a little bit more. We will see how this will go. I think that it's a little bit dry. I'm not sure yet. It's a little bit dry, very dry. We will see how this will go. My mother plant of the little ones that I try to grow out, you see. And this is one, when I first received it from my friend, it was like big as this one. It was really, really small. I potted it, and then I repotted it, and it has grown up. It's grown so much, so it's really big by now. And what I want to do is actually, I usually, when it's getting big, I cut it off like in parts. and I put it in water so that it will grow its roots. Then I will just like give it away to friends. I have given so many of these away. My mom has one, my boyfriend has one. There are so many people who have these. And then I just have a lot of them myself, so I will show you them in an instant. Yeah, so you can see here there are some of the offspring. I need to give them a little bit more water, but this is the most recent one that I just spotted. Yeah, this. We have also like here, we are potting like our cherry tomatoes. This is also like bell pepper, what are they called, like these thingies, and basil and so on. Like, yeah, really fun doing this. I like it. What else did I want to show you? Oh yeah, this is my monstera, and this is the fun thing. This is like the terrarium that my boyfriend bought. So we can take a look inside. We want to do this is it. Really gorgeous, beautiful. I really like how this one looks, and I was afraid at the beginning that my dog would actually come here because it's on the floor. We want to get like a little socket for it so that it can stand a little bit higher up. I was afraid that my dog would come and sniff at it, but actually you can see it here. He's just lying often here in the morning, getting the sun that comes through the window, and he's taking a look at the bonsai. So this is really cute actually. And what else did I buy as plants? So these are my most recent buys. These are the ones that I got today. I repotted them. They are really new. This is my little ananas. You can see it here, very beautiful. This one is gorgeous. And I told you, this one will like in sale. I don't know, often it's just like a sale, but sometimes they also think that these won't flower much or so on, but I really like them and I try to save them, but they are really pretty. And these ones. And then let's move up so that I can show you the rest of what I recently got. Here's another succulent I have. Like, it's not a cactus, you see, it's a succulent, you can touch it, it won't hurt you. This is one that I grew out from my oldest school where I worked. It's actually smelling of Coca-Cola. It's really funny. It's really smooth. You can touch it. It's like hairy a little bit. I cut it up on the top and then it has regrown. And it always gets high, but that's it. So there are no offsprings coming out, but I should cut it off again and try to just plant another one. So this is the second one I have of that. Here are the last of them. So I have these as well, some more succulents, this one here and this one here. So these are these. I should get them a little bit more water. They're a little bit dry. Once a week should do. So these are my plants that I bought recently. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm happy seeing them around here. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Do you also have like a green house like me? Or is it like more, don't you like having plants in your house? I grew up with a lot of plants in my home, so I'm kind of used to it, having a lot of these around. So let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so let's start with all the succulents that I bought. I think that they are quite easy to take care of. And they are so cute, and I bought like a variety of these because you can like also grow them like so easily if you have like one. I see a lot of videos on TikTok, not TikTok but on Instagram at the moment, where people are actually just taking some leaves of them whenever they go to a store, and that's something that I thought it was fun because you don't have like actually to pay for a whole plant, and you can just grow your own plant just from a leaf of that plant. But I don't want to hurt the plant, so I don't do that. I actually just buy the plant, like they are not that expensive, and then I just like grow them from there. I really like that. I like seeing plants grow. I like seeing them just get new leaves and stuff. So that's why I told you guys earlier, I feel like I'm a mother of plants, like not the mother of dragon like Daenerys, but like mother of plants. My boyfriend told me this. I was laughing so hard when he called me like that, like mother of plants. But hey, yeah, maybe it's true, maybe a little bit. So yeah, let me know maybe in the comments down below if you also love like having a lot of plants around you. I feel like they are like, especially now that we are in winter and there's not a lot of sun or stuff going on, I feel that if your house is green, this gives it so much color, while outside it's dark and stuff, and it's just like, it's so difficult sometimes for me, especially that sometimes I feel down, especially in winter. And it's like, what do they call it? Is the winter depression? Well, I don't feel really depressed, but I feel like down sometimes. And when I see my plants, I get all happy just because they are so colorful, and I love to see that green color. And it makes me instantly feel like better and in a happier mood. And I feel like, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel like that, as at least in my country or where I live, in the region, the countries around, that spring is coming. Like, I feel like even though it's cold sometimes at night, I feel like there's like more sunlight. Like the day already starts, the light is out a lot more than it did a while ago still. I remember that not even a month ago, even when I started my holidays, the sun would set at like 5 o'clock in the evening, and now it stays much longer, like and this makes me happy already, just like to see the sun up in the sky and knowing that like the night is like a little bit shorter, it's less, there are fewer hours where it's dark outside. This just like motivates me. And yeah, I don't know if it's just me, like I live like, unfortunately I live like in a country in Europe where we don't have a lot of sunlight, not like Spain or Italy where you have a lot of it. We don't get that much sunlight, so whenever I have the chance to be out, or like the chance to just feel it, I kind of go for it. I often read, and it's a study I read, and I'm not sure if it's true, but I read that like sometimes it can be really, really hard for people that live in regions, and I don't want even to know how those people feel that live in regions where the sun comes out even less than here, but you can feel really down from time to time, just because like you don't see the sunlight as much. And this is the worst period in December. So if you have friends and you know that they suffer from that, maybe just send them a hey, how are you from time to time, just to check in on them, and to see how they are doing. Or just send them, like, give them a plant or something, so they have something nice to see inside their home. I really feel that like this is helping a lot. At least it does for me. So yeah. What else is there that I wanted to tell you? I did not just want to tell you about my plants, even though I feel like mother of the plants at the moment. No, I wanted to tell you a little bit more because I gave you an update on that last time. I told you about my series that we are watching, the books that I'm reading. So as far as the books go, I kind of continued with the series that I told you guys before. It's not like the Secret Library, it's the Invisible Library or something like that. What was it that I wanted to tell you? Oh yeah, so I continued with that one, and actually I'm at the next, I finished the book, I finished the one that I was reading, and I just got the next one. So I read it on my Kindle, which means that I can just listen to it while I put it on my it's like a calendar audiobook. That's what I do while I diamond paint or stuff, or at night in the evening I just listen to it. And so I move through it like a lot quicker than I would when I would just read it, because like when I diamond paint I can't read, so this is like great help with that. If you want info about how this works, you can just write me and I will answer your question about that eventually. You can see it, you can put it down in comment if you're interested in how to do that, make that work on your iPhone or even on your iPad. So that's what I do. And afterwards, what I also did is like, I'm more listening to the next one. So I told you guys that the last one took place in Russia, or at least a country similar to it. And this one takes place in, so at least they travel a lot around, and it takes place in the States. And it's funny because it takes place at a time when there was like this prohibition of alcohol. So it's a lot reference to that. And Irene, our main character, she becomes like, she takes the identity of a mobster. So she's like this British mobster that comes to the States, Boston, and then New York. And she's there unofficially to make a deal with other mobsters from the States to get the alcohol over to Britain, or to get from Britain the alcohol to the States. So that's what it's about. And of course, that's not why she's actually there, but that's like her alibi she has to be in that world at that time. Because I told you she's a librarian, and she's actually, she has to steal books and so on. And the thing is that she's there undercover for just to get information from another librarian that's there, and that's trying to work with the dragons. And you know that the library is actually neutral, so this is prohibited, and this is a problem. So has to go there to check out what this librarian is doing, and she has to take the role of like this mobster. So it's fun. I really enjoy it so far, but I think that it's like the Tomb 5, if I'm right. There are still more of it in the series, and I have them, but I think afterwards I want to read something else. I don't want to read like the same, finish the series. I want to just get and read something else, another genre or something, because I have been reading her story, Irene's story, now for a while. And I'm a person that also needs like to read different stuff, even though I'm into fantasy and I really want to know how her story continues. I just need a break from it. I just need to read something else in between, I guess. So I don't know what my book afterwards will be. I have a big list of books that I have to read and I want to read, so I will let you know about that as well. But what we did is we finished like the second season of Kingdom. So Kingdom is like this K-drama, Korean drama, where you have like all these zombie attacks. So we finished that one. It was great. I'm not sure about the ending of the season 2 though. So it's announcing a season 3 actually, and I know that there's a spin-off, like there's a movie, if I'm right, but we have not watched that yet. So this is on our watch list. But we currently, when my boyfriend, he was sick, but he was working from home, I kind of continued watching a series that I had started a while ago. It's also K-drama and it's called Business Proposal. And when I was watching it, he kind of got interested in it and he started watching it with me. So if you don't know what it's about, actually a K-drama is everything that comes from Korean, and they are known to do like series as well. Usually they take like an episode takes an hour or so, and it's not as steamy as like American or like European series would be. So you have to wait for a long time, like at least the middle of the drama usually, to see even the first kiss. So if you don't like that, if this is too slow for you, or you don't really like romance and stuff, usually this is not the type of series you should watch. But if you're into that from time to time, it's really, really funny. And usually the actors are really gorgeous and beautiful and handsome. Same goes for the women, of course. But yeah, really, really handsome. So even the lead and the second character, like not the protagonist, but they are really, really stunningly beautiful. So if you want to watch something that makes your heart flutter a little bit, that's what you should watch, maybe. I really enjoyed it, and we have not finished it yet. But we have watched, like, I think there are just like 2 or 3 episodes left for us to watch of it. It's a total of 12 episodes. So I told you guys 1 hour an episode, more or less. So it takes a little bit time to watch, though. It's fun to watch. What it's about, actually, it's a girl that's in a she's working in the food industry, so she's like trying research of food. She's like an average girl, normal girl, pretty smart and cute, but she has her rich friend who her parents want to send on a blind date. But her friend does not want to go because she does not want to marry anyone she does not love. So she decides to send her instead, to like just say that she's her, and to like tell him to just go and look for another woman because she's not the woman he wants. And while she disguises herself, she does not go as herself. She goes as her friend when she goes there, and she's like kinder. She does what she's asked to do. So she kinder makes the guy think that she's not interested in him, but unfortunately the guy actually, he likes her character and her free spirit, and so also he follows her around because she's like different than most people are. Like usually they are like, they love him and so on, and he also does not want, just like a friend, to marry someone he's not in love with. So he's not interested in that at all, but he becomes interested in Hinari, who just like kinder comes there disguised and plays a role that she actually is not. And the thing is that this person that her friend should actually go to the blind date with is her boss. Like she's working for that research lab stuff, and it's her boss that she's dating there on the blind date. And he falls for her, and like you can see that they actually go through, they do a contract once he finds out that it is not her and who she is. He like puts in a contract with her, telling that she has to see him again. And of course they are faking like a relationship, because like that his grandpa will leave him alone as well, and he does not have like to go on other blind dates because he does not want to, he does not care about that. Just take a look at the mess I made, and this is because the drills are so static. So I really hate this part of it. And there are so many drills in this kit, unfortunately, that are static, and it's really getting on my nerves. But hey, I really finished it. And the problem is it's like a lot of colors, and the main colors, actually. I don't know what happened with these drills from Diamond Art Club, but it's really annoying. So anyway, she goes on that blind date with her boss, and he finds out that she's her, but he does not really know that she's an employee of his. So that's what happened. So she gives him a wrong name as well, but they decide to stay and fake a relationship so that the grandfather does not keep to send him on blind dates. So that's what it's about. And the thing is that she's actually falling for him over time, and he's actually falling for her as well. And that's when things become more difficult, because he kind of finds out who she really is, that she's actually an employee of his. And he gets mad about that in the first place. And she does not really know that he knows. And so things go on. And it's really fun, because you have like this dynamic between the two, and it's really cute, and I love just to see how the characters develop and stuff. And what's fun as well is that her friend, like the one that was initially sent on that blind date, who's rich and all, she actually falls in love with the secretary of the president of the company, like her boss, the first one's boss. And yeah, also their dynamic, it's pretty cute, and to see how they evolve around each other, how like the relationships between them are working out. And it's kind of funny. If you like things like that, I think you should give it a try if you have not yet. So it's called Business Proposal. It's a K-drama. It's on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, yeah. I told you guys that I would try not to be all over the place again, but I think that I was all over the place again. I'm sorry about that, but yeah. I'm going to do a break here. I have like, my throat is still itching. I don't know what is going on, but I will pause the video here. I think I put down some drills at least for you guys. I told you a little bit more about my week. And so I will see you in next week's video. So I hope you stay healthy, I hope you stay hydrated, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!